and a Wraith King. Okay. That's just a hero that just tanks it all. Doesn't really care about the combo too much. In the team fights, at least. He'll come back a second time. They need a frontline hero as well, so it fits their style. Haven't seen a lot of success with Wraith King. I know Southeast Asia plays it a lot, but I'm not entirely... I'm not sure if they
really
win
good.
with it lately. If they win with it, okay.
It was looking pretty good. They were all just going Armlet Deso.
Yeah,
and
Armlet
really
Deso,
strong.
yeah, Blink or Shadow Blade, something like that.
Yeah.
And that was the opener so many times, right? Snapfire Wraith King.
Yeah.
I think it was like SMG or somebody who would do that over and over again.
It was Motivate Trust that were picking Wraith King every game in
okay.
first phase, yeah. And like you just go that build, you have Snapfire on your team as well, and you can just like take Roche really easily. Right now I'm looking at Empire and like I see like a super like lack of ability to contest the Roche pit. It feels like
They're just very single target right now with like Spirit Breaker and Oracle.
Yeah, they I think the Luna definitely helps with that, but boy, there is a significant lack of team fight all around for Team Empire. It definitely feels like they're going to be playing very skirmish heavy, but you know, then again, you said that is the style of Eastern Europe right now. Final set of bans. So what are we looking for either side here? We still need, it could be offlane OD with a 4 Spirit Breaker. It could be mid Spirit Breaker, could be mid OD. There are some options here for Empire. That's one nice thing about their draft.
It looks like a support Spirit Breaker to me, just because of how early they picked it up and picking the OD directly after.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they want to flex that OD to mid and offlane as much as they can. Pretty straightforward on PuckChamp though. They just need a mid, unless they're doing some Doom or Snap mid, which isn't unheard of.
I feel like the only person I've seen playing Snap mid recently is Yopaj in C. I haven't seen Snap mid on any other teams in a while. I'm not sure if... I mean, PuckChamp might be, like, feeling good about themselves and want to VM them a bit with it. I mean, maybe they just think it's great.
But it just doesn't really match up against OD very well, right? Another one of those
Probably
heroes
whatever, you just farm. It's not, you normally only do Snap mid when you pick it, and you don't want to put another hero that you drafted that's also a flex mid, so you want to put a ranged hero mid. Like Doom, if they were thinking about Doom and like Snap mid and like, oh, OD's mid, I'd rather put the Snap mid than the Doom mid. That type of scenario. So it's not something you really look at when you pick Snap. You generally like, oh, this is going to be a support unless something weird happens in the draft. You're like, oh, I want a ranged hero mid. I'll just play Snap.
Something fast, something that goes in for Empire. A little bit more team fight wouldn't help.
Kunkka mid?
Kunkka, okay.
Yeah, it has to be mid. I don't see a lot of the Kunkka offlane. It could be coming up in the near future, but I think it's level 1 is just a bit too weak to be in the offlane. Tidebringer's okay, but if they try and... That's like a Sand King problem, basically. Level 1, like, you're probably too weak and they get zoned out. And now he sees this matchup. It's going to be Kunkka mid. They do... did SF get banned? Did not. Some players really like picking SF against Kunkka mid.
Yeah.
Razor's banned, that one's out.
It's also gone, they banned it themselves.
You don't want Bat Rider versus Oracle. Something along those lines. I would think the SF's okay. It kind of fits their style as well. I know Young G likes playing the hero. Could be very good. I think Death Prophet's kind of out of style. Not sure what these guys specifically think about their matchups versus Kunkka mid, but we'll find out. Storm, that one's good too.
I was going to say, I feel like right now they were relying on Doom getting like a blink to do any type of initiation, so it would be nice to see something with some mobility. I like Storm.
Yeah, the spirits generally are pretty good versus Kunkka too. Storm is the best. The other ones like are good in game like Ember, but kind of suffer in the laning stage, but Storm generally bullies most melees mid.
You guys feel like PuckChamp won the draft? Because we've already
Yeah.
started up. Okay, then in that regard, we already said PuckChamp is probably the favorites here. Sounds like they won the draft. So, real quickly, what is how is Empire going to be able to win with their draft?
Laning stage,
Yeah.
snowballing.
Okay. Just win the lanes real hard.
Yeah, like Odie needs to do really well against me or make some stuff happen.
Okay, well, I guess we're going to find out whether or not Empire is going to be able to win in the first 5 to 10 minutes. We're going to send it off now to a personal favorite casting duo of mine. It's Lyrical and Trent.
Oh my God, Cap, I feel so loved. Thank you so much. PuckChamp facing off against Empire Trent. It's early morning here on the West Coast, but it's Eastern Europe and more action coming from, well, for my money at least, has looked like one of the second best team in Eastern Europe with this PuckChamp roster. How you feeling about it?
Yeah, there's You know, it's tough, I think, being a rising team who was growing a lot last year, and then Team Spirit wins TI. Like, there were all these eyes, I think, on PuckChamp, like, oh, they're going to be really good next year. And then suddenly, like, Team Spirit wins, and then everyone's also looking at Virtus Pro, of course, who aren't doing so hot. So then PuckChamp are now this, like, middle child of just, like, how good are they? So this series, we're definitely expecting a win, though, right? Am I right?
Oh, yeah. I think that anything less than a win would be really unfortunate. But the flip side of that is that this is a region where, like, literally anything can happen. And as very well evidenced by the TI results, and we think about all the ways that in these interviews, people are comparing themselves to, like, Team Spirit last year and, like, oh, we were so close. We were right there. Maybe something could happen, you know? And it's, like, it's very palpable, like, how much these teams have been inspired by them, and also inspired by the classic tradition, as we hear some voice lines just spammed into my ear of pause time into voice line spam. You did the next level.
I tell
play,
you
though.
what, I did. You know, in my career, I have never muted a team. It's just never happened. I haven't found them that unbearable or anything. But I was going through the replays as the lovely Cap and Fear were casting the previous series. I was going through the last doubleheader day, trying to watch the replays, and my God, PuckChamp, dude. I couldn't do it. I couldn't get through the replays. It's like the nonstop spam. That nice law line, Jack, I'm coming for you. That Quincy crew put in. I swear, it must hit like the red bar on every single level across the mixer. It is so loud. It was like piercing my ears when I'm just trying to figure out who's winning the middle lane, and I muted them all. So you know what, PuckChamp? You know, maybe next week you can tune it down and I'll come back. But for now, I'm out. But luckily, we're in. The pause is over. We weren't actually just taking up your time for our own vanity, but let's go.
I mean, the vanity was definitely a part of it, but we'll let it go for the moment. You know, I think it's a good point that you make right there. You know, KBBQ, stop playing Dota, still ruining pubs. It's the way it's supposed to be. But Ducalis making the run on out there to try and get down an early ward, spots Hashui, and then they back away. Cool. Backing out of there. So Smoke Out and Ward was actually laid down, both of them up on that cliff just to the north of the tier 1 tower mid. So I'm not sure if there was a smoke break on those ones, if they saw or not, but regardless, some good vision of the room.
Well, also important, I see that Krylat currently needs to kill and harvest the bones of Oracle and Luna to progress his way towards the Malignant Rule style on his One True King Arcana. So good luck, Krylat, in this game here. I'm sure he's going to do it. Oracle and Luna. We'll see if he gets it.
I think there's probably a pretty low probability that it doesn't even count in these matches, I'm pretty sure.
Don't tell them that. Yeah, next thing you're going to tell them that the tips don't matter either.
All right.
Can you imagine?
Breaking the immersion.
Yeah, it's like when wrestling's fake, you know?
What are you talking about?
Say what? Then I told my son about Santa. It's been a big day.
It's been a rough one, man. Well, they could trade off runes, 2 apiece, it looks like here. The other big thing to watch for, I think, with this like early ward down as well, is going to be how this Spirit Breaker can make rotations. TSA potential to make those charges through if like there's a good opening there, and particularly against this Storm Spirit, right? Like a hero that's maybe a little bit susceptible depending upon if you can get to that level 6 beforehand for the Kunkka.
True, but he's also laning with an OD, as we kind of discussed this during the draft, but Empire kept a lot of options open, going right to the end, starting with this OD Spirit Breaker, but of course near the end it's like, you know, maybe this is going to be the OD mid, and they're going to pick something else for the off lane, so definitely an off lane viable hero in the OD, but I don't know how much you can like leave him alone unless he like really gets ahead, you know, especially versus a Bane and a Wraith King. That sounds kind of terrifying.
Yeah, tons of kill potential once that Nightmare comes back up. Right now, just Ducalis using the Brain Saps to secure range creeps. Yes, and we did see Krylat also manage to find a deny on that first range creep as well. So things going good up on this top lane for PuckChamp, as Krylat's just going to throw out a few of these stuns along the way in TSA, hoping to keep him off his buddy. So yeah, some potential danger going on here. We'll see how they end up finding a life for themselves. As back towards mid, at least so far, very even. Should be able to get a good amount of CS for the Kunkka in this lane.
Yeah, we're probably snoozing a bit here, you know, just farming up. Whereas down bottom should be another pretty action-packed lane here. You got your Doom with the early Scorched Earth, seeing this a lot instead of like the super early Devour that we'd often see for like grabbing the first wave or something and cutting behind the tower. Instead, they want to put on some pressure, and the last time we saw this was also with the Snapfire, too, because I mean, it makes sense. Snapfire wants to be aggressive in lane. You don't really want a passive partner to be there with you.
No. Passively missing a few CS here and there too. Don't worry, it's fine, Malik.
Oh, jeez.
But does have that level 2, so Cookie available, as well as if they wanted to go for some Infernal Blade action, they could make a run at him, and is going to use it there. Lightless also eating some of that little shredder. Right click coming through from Astral. So a very, very aggro early build here between these two offlaners. We'll see if they can find Kaori maybe a little bit out of position or something on the Oracle.
Yeah, going right onto Lightless might be a bit difficult with the Dispel being available from the Fortune's End, so I like that idea of just trying to hop towards the Oracle when you can. Starting to get some better control of this lane down here as well. You can see that, that the higher camp's been blocked off Akari. He's also made sure that the small camp is available there too, so once he gets an opportunity, he could pull it back.
Yeah, something to watch for sure. And yeah, very slow and steady start to this one, as we've seen a lot in this region. It feels like teams not really going for like the super aggro types of plays.
Oh, nice.
Ducalis.
He does the charge through there to make sure that he blocks any sort of a stack opportunity.
Nice, nice.
And now he's going to get the sentry down. Oh, can he find it? Other side TSA. There you go. Yeah, easy.
Gets that one taken away. I like that placement of the sentry ward.
It's
Kinda
risky because a lot of people do the top ones, especially in that tree. So
right.
Could have been dangerous, but he gets it.
Giving a little bit of a tip there. At least again at the starts here, very, very even across the board. You can see that, you know, a couple of these position 5s have been able to pick up a few of those range creep CS too. Both the Bane and the Oracle really good at doing it. And charge through as the banish goes out. A little bit of a misplay there, but afterwards throwing another stun, and that just keeps a little more range. As back towards mid, a pullback, misses on the torrent. The Sage heads up, picks up the rune.
Yeah, no rotations to the mid lane at 4 minutes for now. Probably gonna wait for the 6. And what about our stack Dota? I don't know, like I feel like every pro game I watch right now, the mid just goes to the jungle at like 7 minutes, and then the 4 gets to take over the mid lane. But with everyone being so busy that they can't even rotate mid, there's also no stacks going right now either for both teams here. So bit of a slow burn economically in this one.
It looks like the next wave is when we're going to be getting in towards those level 6s for the mid lane. We'll see if they're trying to make any type of a move, or if it's just going to be more chilling, which, you know what, that'd be fine. Very steady start to this double best of 3 series we got going today.
I think TSA just needs like 3 bashes. You know?
Okay, we've seen
like
that before
right here,
somewhere.
right here. Dude, no, you know, I was watching the replay of the Black and Yellow versus EG as well, and
yeah,
wow, that was crazy. It was like a triple bash in a row to kill RTZ. Amazing.
That was so nuts.
That's some quality stuff right there.
Yeah, you'll love to see it.
Oh yeah, here we go. That's one. And he's
Might be
saving
a
the
while
other
to
one.
Counted them.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm building up. But yeah, for now at least, looks like Young G is gonna run all the way home. So with the Storm heading back and having a TP available, could go for a rotation if there's any type of aggro on any of these lanes.
Oh, bottom finally.
There's a chance. Lightless looking for Malik, not gonna be able to get him. Now turns on to Astral instead. Lucent Beam dead. Finds the kill, and maybe gonna get a second one off the back of that too. Malik in trouble.
All right,
he
got
goes
the golems though.
down.
Oh no, turn, go.
Double hurl boulder. 1-2. Is it enough? Oh, it's not
close.
enough damage, but the Storm comes in to finish the job. Young G thought about going for more, but not going to be able to complete it. All right, that was nice.
Yeah. No one expects the mud golems. I saw that. I was just like, who gets mud golems this early?
Yeah.
You know, pace off for the Storm rotation at the very least.
He's going to head on over there. Astral denying the regen rune. That would have been such a big pickup if Young G could have been able to get that, but not going to get there in time. And in the meantime, with Storm leaving, there's some good pressure onto this tower. This is a double wave with a catapult. Young G and Astral in the area. Do they decide to go on him here? No, it's just going to clear out the wave.
Yeah, I feel like you'd really like to try and like harass him a little bit here and just burn his mana too. I mean, I guess he's spending a lot because he doesn't have any recourse. Okay, he's got a clarity actually left on Young G, so got something there, but nice Sage with the early pressure, and now a rotation up top too. This is a good setup for him.
Quilat goes down, but With the Wraith King being a bit too far forward and not quite having level 6, will they be able to bring down Krallat in time? Trying to run this Helm of Iron Will, doing a good job with it. He's gonna get some nice regen off the back of that, but in the end, Sage able to find the finish.
All facing his way back towards mid, but Young G coming for the steal on the bounty rune. How much
Nice.
advantage he got? Storm's coming though.
Yeah, they got a charge.
That's the one.
Coming towards him, and a couple more hits. Nightmare there, trades it off, runs away. Young G runs forward, trying to find the finish. Oh,
got
the
him.
turret, the timing makes it happen, and he gets away on nothing. Ghost Stick now turns onto Ducalis. They're gonna find another kill here, most likely, dropping a ward before he dies. Meanwhile, bottom Lightless also falls though. So PuckChamp able to make a little bit of a comeback happen as they find 2 bottom. All right.
Double with the Mud Golem still. I mean, with the Snapfire, that setup's pretty crazy actually, because they just have like Mud Golem into Cookie into 3 points Little Shredder.
Right. Well, and
Kinda
it's
shred through.
it's only it's 0 mana cost too, which makes it, you know, so much easier to just spam out Scorched Earth and Infernal Blade. Pretty nifty.
Oh, the rune this time though. It is bottom. Astro might have to deny it again from the Kunkka because this poor Storm kicker there. Oh, get it! Oh, the sleep! Storm's gonna get it!
Well played. And now, Stewie in some trouble. Turned on. Going to drop here most likely. Oh, good Fate's Edict. That's going to be
dude,
enough to keep him alive.
They dispelled the arcane rune. All that.
Jeez.
And he got hit with a Fortune's End. No.
Well, bottle refill. You know how it goes. Not the end of the world for Young G. But yeah, would have loved to be able to keep that arcane rune.
Yeah, I just think it's one of those things that like the Storm players, they're like magnitudes more caring about runes than like any other hero. Everyone knows runes are good, but I feel like Storm players won't even rotate if they don't get the rune. They're just like, I'm helpless. I can't do it, team.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just gonna go hit neutrals for 2 minutes instead.
You
I'm sorry,
hurt.
Storm players. That's what you all sound like.
sound
It's exactly
really
how my
hurt.
3-year-old sounds like when he doesn't want to walk. He goes, I don't have legs. That's what you guys sound like when you don't get the rune. I just want you to know.
Oh, whiny little crybabies. I'm gonna say it. I'm down
Dude,
with that.
Dota playing support prepares you for parenthood. You guys are all ready. All you 4s and 5s. Okay, might see the 5s. 4s, you're fake supports. You all know it. 5s, you guys are ready to be parents.
So
all
bitter
right?
in the early morning. Trent just unloading on the entire Dota 2 community. I love it.
Fear knows what's up. He knows what I'm saying.
All right. Now, Empire making the big move up top here. Ducalis trying to hold on to the tower, but will not be able to do that as they're all in the area. And yeah, Ghost Stick, eyes on the real prize, bringing out the Hand of Midas.
Yes.
Oh, wait, no, excuse me. He was switching over. Okay, went back for the power treads instead.
Can I ask you a question? Where's the Storm Spirit on this tower defense? Oh, he was jungle. See what I'm talking about here? This
Okay.
is how they are.
Okay, I gotcha.
It's not my fault that I speak the truth.
Oh, and TSA
TSA.
seals it. Damn. Oh, and Stormy's like, I'm not even going to help my carry. I'm out of here.
No.
I'm farming.
Oh, look. Neutrals.
Collat back on the job. Has the armlet done. And in spite of just the massive amount of work that it feels like they've been putting into trying to shut down the Storm Spirit's like early buildup, it's still 1,000 gold lead for PuckChamp, and they've lost a tower off of this. But I guess that's also partially Malik being able to take the one down bottom.
Yeah, and something we haven't talked too much about is Ghost Stick on this offlane OD. And what I've noticed in the previous Empire series is that he gets targeted pretty heavily with the bans. He has some heroes that are like, he's like 3 or 4 heroes that are like 30 on Dota Plus or something. Like he's a spammer. And so you notice specifically this OD, not something he's been spamming, but yeah, it's a pretty simple equation. Get Meteor Hammer, press W, hammer people, and it sort of just plays itself. So I'll be curious to see how he does outside the laning stage. And oh yeah, there we go.
And Young G knows what was coming. It was a TP, or rather a charge coming in from TSA and just TP's out. So very nice play there to catch Lightless. And you know, PuckChamp reading the room, reading how this movement was going to go, and they find that pickoff onto the Luna.
That's all from that ward that Ducalis placed while dying, right?
Yeah.
There you go. The value death came back.
Ghost Stick. They've got who are nearby, ready for the purge if things get scary. And I think it's interesting, right? Because there's this like, oh, wait a minute. All right, they know there's a ward up here. Don't have vision anymore, but now they do with the Spirit Breaker. Nightmare to dodge the root. Okay. and gets out of there. So the thing that I find kind of interesting is like Oracle maybe is an answer to Bane. You know, just to have a way to break that Fiend's grip without needing to like, you know, break the grip itself. Just go for the ulti on it.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people just look at ABBA though and just like, why wouldn't I just pick ABBA? You know?
Yeah.
I'd rather have this on like a much shorter cooldown. So it's still kind of worrisome for me.
Now with Storm Spirit in the game, it's pretty quick jump to find that Oracle. As long as they have eyes on him.
Yeah, he's not looking at an easy game. Probably going to be hoping for that blink eventually, because at least their vision isn't that great, as you said. Like, you do at least need the eyes, so you can definitely lurk a little bit easier with the blink dagger. Unfortunately, as an Oracle, that generally comes very late, and when your team's already pretty far ahead, it's not usually a oh, we're behind. You know, oh, I'll just save it for a blink, guys. Can I have that wave, please, for the 5 Oracle?
Right, give it to me. I need it.
Not how it goes, huh?
One thing that is kind of interesting, though, in this game for Empire, I'm really liking the itemization from Shisui again, going straight into the Orchid. And, you know, this Storm Spirit, he's going afterwards with the Kaya finished into that Yule Scepter, but it's going to be a while. So if Kunkka can finish this in decent timing, there's going to be a really strong power spike for Empire.
Yeah, I feel like he thought he could get away with it, just looking at the enemy heroes. He's like, ah, no, like, what am I going to get hit by? And then he sees this Oblivion Staff. He's like, ah.
Yeah.
Intriguing. Well played, Kunkka.
He had the queued up Sanj afterwards, so there's definitely some of that going on.
Making the adjustment.
We'll see if it ends up working. Obviously, really good to, you know, just drop the Orchid on anybody else, but I feel like definitely the main hero is going to be this Storm in these fights. And honestly, if he goes for the Yules, self-Yules, afterwards you've got an easy torrent setup as well. Shui hasn't used it. Jump forward, kisses afterwards, going to break this Kunkka down, and saved by the Oracle. Last second, but the Nightmare afterwards. Do they have enough save? Youngji now silenced, trying to chase him down, pull back in, and with the torrent chase down, Youngji rooted dead. Oh, Kaori hit it at the last second with that Q. Fortune's End, making it work.
Man, they had to work really hard to get those counter kills with like coming through with a false promise as well, and then Ghost Stick managing to get the double damage there. And well, in terms of the catching them both with the ulti, rather.
Right.
Very nicely done. So deep dive, hoping for a big punish on killing the Kunkka, ends up not paying off for PuckChamp here, as Empire will be the first team to claim a mid tier 1.
Yeah.
Maybe not surprising with their lineup, I guess, but definitely surprising with. I mean, we talked about it before, but like. PuckChamp have beat the 2 teams that Empire have lost to.
Right.
So, you know, in a, power ranking situation, we're kind of expecting PuckChamp to do extremely well in this series.
Right. But this is, I think, the thing that is sort of so interesting about Eastern Europe in general is that there's no free matches, I think, in this division. Like, on any given day, the consistency isn't necessarily there to the point where, you know, it's an unbeatable matchup, and the level of play in this region is just so high that if you put together a good draft, if you put together something that's sort of like very clear what you need to execute, like the panel was talking about in this game, you know, win quickly for Empire, they can maybe put it together and make it work for themselves.
And the next step in that plan, probably something involving the Roche pit, more than likely. I feel like PuckChamp are also kind of eyeing that up here too, so we get into this idea of just like trading off the bottom tier 2 and setting up to control that whole area around the Roche. But Malik's ready to play some Dota. Does have a BKB now complete, so been a long road between the Midas and just running around the jungle farming here, but able to perhaps get a contribution here soon. I'm trying to remember the dooms that he's thrown out.
I'm not remembering any of them, Trent.
I'm not remembering a doom.
But surely that will change in a bit here. It's interesting, though, right? Because Malik's hitting this timing when he wants to fight, and actually, they're making a big move up here after the Meteor Hammer drops one time. Are they really going to try and defend this?
I mean, there's no Yules on the Storm, and they have that Orchid, so that's what we got to watch for.
Oh, throws the torrent. Ooh, spots a couple of them TPing in. And Empire with no Spirit Breaker nearby.
He's actually charging the Wraith King to keep that vision, too.
Okay, and wait a minute. They don't have their Kunkka here, though. SH running back up to the top, but they're taking a fight without a Malak. Gets the Doom off onto the Luna. Where's the save? Their turnaround now. A couple more right clicks trying to come in. They still have the stuns. for this Luna, and the lifesteal not nearly going to be enough. They end up losing 2.
I think he saw the Kunkka hit the mid wave and knew he TP'd, and he just zipped over them.
Oh, that hurts.
I mean, that's just a Storm player knowing what his threat is, right? He saw one threat, not getting orchided, and then they were just gone. They also had that ward in the lane that was placed a while back from Ducalis to help defend that tier 2, and that gave him an idea of exactly where they were going. It wasn't a totally blind zip. Like, sure, he couldn't actually see where they were precisely, but he knew they didn't retreat along the lane.
My God, and now they lose Shui again. It all falls apart for Empire, given the mass amounts of tips. Oh, that hurts. Oh, PuckChamp, no mercy. Damn, dude.
And they're going to clean up the triangle here, too. Just taking everything away. And now there's quite a long road as well before the OD is going to have that next spike in terms of power, and that's the Aghanim Scepter. It's great eggs for sure, but it's also just, you know, it's going to be a while. And what ends up happening is you also can't really afford to get the BKB first either, and so you're very vulnerable both once you are farming towards the eggs and even once you get it.
Yeah. No, it's tough. Absolutely. I think it's so interesting, too, that, like, that's one of those situations where if you either make the play where everybody sits together and like defends up top, that fight probably goes well, or if everybody TPs away, it all goes well. It's like two conflicting ideas of what needed to happen right there, and either one is good, but they did half of each.
The worst part even, and maybe I didn't actually see exactly how it happened, but I was gonna say he didn't X. Like, he could have X TP'd and stayed with the team on the retreat, but you wouldn't expect that jump. That's not a very standard play, I would say. So it was just really well done by PuckChamp.
Oh, this scan happened immediately. They know exactly what's going on right now, but can they fight it? Cookies are back up again. Doom in 20. They have BKB though. Kisses start flowing out there now, and keeping alive one. So this is a decent start. Afterwards, silence, stun, back onto their good nightmare save though, but still Astro gonna go down. Yogi ends up falling also. Empire, they hit their timing perfectly. Now Kalat's also in trouble. He's gonna get caught. The buyback comes, but there's no buyback for the Storm. ESA tries to back away. Malik jumps forward, gets that Doom off. Now the turn.
Grip.
Looking for another opening here. SH in trouble, taking so much damage on this Kunkka. He's just not taking enough, but saved at the last second. Curry there. Okay, that will be enough. And still Wraith King is on his first life. Ducalis is gonna die. But man,
the full panic
so
mode.
much space. They have buyback on the Spirit Breaker if they want to use it.
Oh, man. He ran into pit trying to find the Oracle to grip the Oracle, and he got orchided by a Kunkka who's at like 10% HP, and then the Oracle, because he doesn't get caught by the Bane, turns around and false promises the Kunkka. Like, the team play and coverage there by Empire was so sick. There's no way they should have a chance of this Roche right now.
I mean, they still definitely do. And Cedric's move in. Ducalis still in the pit in that sneaky spot, caught sight of him. 10-10. What a wild little series of events. Ooh, good Astral. Didn't get the stomp off. Now the boat misses the meteor hammer. Oh, things getting a little bit all over the place, but the stun comes through, and eventually they find the finish. Dual Scepter lift up. Storm doesn't have a save right now. If he can get the Orca, but the Storm comes from Malik. Great combo is out there. Meanwhile, the ulti coming from the OD. SH still alive. Turn now, and Malik going to drop. Lightless, BKB newly revealed, turns on to Kralat. He still has his ulti available. The charge coming through, slowed down a bit. Young G, full mana pool. Good blink out. Ulti, Astral, pushed down to the low ground, and Young G realizes we can't do anything else here. All those buyback used for PuckChamp. And in the end, it's going to be Aegis claimed by Empire. It's still a 5k gold lead for PuckChamp, though.
That was some good Dota. I mean, they spent all their buybacks on the first engagement, and then Empire able to stall out, get everyone back up, and then use their buybacks for the winning fight there. And yeah, that BKB, as you pointed out, coming in pretty clutch there for Lightless. Youngji not able to really get off that big fight you're hoping for, because he has to play kind of cautiously. As you said, he used the Yules offensively, so that was a bit tough. Even the very first engagement, he got orchided, and he had an opportunity to Yules, but I think he saw, like, I'm surrounded. If I Yules right now, I'm just dead anyway. So he's, like, trying to walk away, and then he just gets chain stunned and died anyway. So the Yules isn't even a very good solution right now, unfortunately.
No, he needs more. But it's, early on in this game, and not a whole heck of a lot of items. Finishes off the Sange now, immediately queuing up that BKB afterwards. Wraith King, you know, opting to go in towards this Blink Dagger next and trying to queue up the BKB afterwards, but it's looking like Empire are ready to really put the pressure on with this Aegis on Lightless, having the BKB done along with Mask of Madness and a Dragon Lance. I mean, they've got some staying power up here. They're at the very least going to force back the rest of PuckChamp.
Yeah, Ghostic also didn't need to buy back, so he's still pretty close towards the Aghanims, considering.
Right. Yeah, he's been a big winner in all of that crazy action that's been happening. Interesting. All right, 3.5 minutes, Trent. What do they do with it?
Ooh, that's a bit of a... I don't think they want to go too aggressive. I think they understand that they're not, like, winning quite yet. You know, I don't think you feel that strong fighting into, like, Aegis. Fighting into the Doom, even though you have the Aegis. And it looks like PuckChamp feel very similarly, because they're actually going to come in here. They're hoping to catch them split up and farming. This is exactly what's happening to Shui in the Ancients right now.
He's in trouble. Trying to get towards that BKB, and hello, sir. This is a DD Wraith King. You are no longer alive. God, those pickoffs, they're just backbreakers.
And he just runs to the tier 1 top.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, this is fine. I have a DD.
God, look at him chunk that tower.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Lightless spots young G. Ducalis hiding in the trees. Had a nightmare opportunity, but misses it. Now reveals himself. See, that's interesting, though, right? Like, there's no hero sort of like that Storm Spirit that can jump and punish that, like, slight positioning mistake by Ducalis from Empire.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I think certain teams just opt for it no matter what from patch to patch. And, I mean, specifically like EG last year. Storm is very interesting with that unique freedom of movement. No one else is really like that.
No.
But, I mean, as I said, like, they didn't even have, like, a more common initiator. Their only blink initiator is an OD, and that's a very delayed interaction. It's like, I'm going to blink and astral you and then hammer you, you know?
Right.
It's lots of time to recover for those situations.
Yeah, and particularly with having, like, the Bane right behind, it's a really nice save for that very telegraphed stun that comes afterwards.
That'd be cool if there was a hero that had a, like, Arc Warden style bubble that did some sort of, like, a save. So you could even, like, pre-save out of Yules and stuff.
All right, Theorycraft and Trent, I like it.
Well, you know, it's kind of a save that we're missing. Because, like, no one else can really save you from that stuff. But, you know, Ice Frog.
So it sounds like you want a Arc Warden support and then, like, a Shard that does this with a bubble. That's what I'm hearing from you.
No, we'll just make a new spell. It's like a little...
Okay, got it.
We'll call it the Safe T Zone.
Safe T Zone.
Yeah, and the hero's clearly going to start with a T. Could be Trent, maybe. You know.
A self-insert hero in Dota 2.
That's how Ice Frog leaves Dota. I think that's the play. I've always assumed that's what he's going to do. He's just going to, like, drop a frog hero in and be like, yo, check it. It's going to be super busted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. CSA.
Any tournament tries to ban it, Roche just mysteriously never spawns.
Okay, I see.
Yep.
Yeah, have to restart the game.
Yep.
TSA's back here cutting these waves. I mean, it's been talked to death so far, but this, like, phase boots, the Charge of Darkness, killing off creep waves in one go. It's such a strong combo.
Yeah, that's your core Spirit Breaker from the support, essentially.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Didn't get it that time. So that creep wave's still going to be alive a bit, but they take the tier 2 tower. Thinking about a jump onto Lightless, but kills the creep wave too quickly. Alec not going to be able to do anything.
Not a great feeling when you have the Aegis and your supports are cutting waves across the map. Like, yeah, good job, guys. We're keeping ourselves in this.
Yeah, and the lead is still growing. Oh, wait a minute.
I mean,
They're close. They're right underneath the
ward.
ward.
In a ward.
Finds the Oracle right at the start. Two-shotted. And now Lightless in trouble. Gets the BKB off as the Aegis is expiring. But will it be able to get out of there? Although the fight on the other side, team going when the rest of the team wasn't on the same page. Save for the moment. Maybe there's a way to make this work. There's no buyback for the Oracle, though. And it looks like Empire will manage to escape with the rest of their heroes. That could have been so much worse.
Yes. I thought they were going to lose at least 3 heroes there. But they got maybe a little bit greedy in the way they started things off, bit off a bit more than they could chew. But Still totally fine. Would have been great to kill the Luna, obviously, since you were sort of timing that push for the end of the Aegis, and you had such amazing vision up on that high ground still. But
Right.
they'll take it one way or the other, and we'll start putting ourselves towards that next Roche. And meanwhile, Youngji also did grab an Arcane Rune, so very dangerous jump in here by TSA. Look at that damage, though. Whip him.
God. Unreal. Beatdown comes through, and the X afterwards had to torrent for vision, but there isn't a way to follow that up afterwards. So they won't manage to quite catch the Bane on the way out there. Still a 7,000 gold lead for PuckChamp. And Empire needing to come up with some answers here and ways to stay on the map. Shiva's now done for Doom too. Oh, that's nifty. I like that.
Yeah, Shiva's there. BKB is still ready at full numbers here on the Wraith King, and then we also have a BKB coming pretty soon on the Storm Spirit. So that Roche fight is looking nigh impossible for Empire. They're gonna have to pull off some absolutely ridiculous stuff here. Particularly, probably like some crazy TSA charge. Honestly, through the invis is your best chance.
Okay. I mean, part of the thing too is just they need to like deward these areas. Like that initiation was like jumping onto the Oracle as if they saw him. And we'll see if Kerry ends up going back and taking that one away now.
Yeah.
Should be a ping for it.
Unfortunately, it's almost dead anyway, but at least you get the value.
Yeah. A little bit of gold back for the Sentry usage.
Yeah, 212, not bad. I'll take that. Oh, what do we got here, though? We got ourselves a Titan Sliver on our Luna. Just hanging out there. Quickening Charm, Paladin Sword now. Oh, that's a good one.
I like that a lot.
Got a lot of nice items here.
Kunkka going for the Mindbreaker, too. So that's kind of interesting.
Double silence strats.
Yeah.
Orchidum, Storm Mules is. You punch him.
Nice. Very nice. But PuckChamp, they're going to make another move. This has been so successful for them time and again. And now they see a couple of these couriers heading down south. So realizing that's going to mean it's the rest of Empire up on this high ground here.
Storm is 600 gold away from BKB right now. Not even. More like 500.
TSA, they jump forward. They find him. Still going, though. And with that bulldoze, they can't go for the Doom. And now he's a bit too far forward. Gets caught. Torrent afterwards. Is it going to hit in time? The boat is there. Drops down. No BKB for you, sir. And now the run through. Astro also in some trouble and going to fall. Wow,
they
what
almost got an X on Krylat there. That would have been so bad for them. I guess he can just, like, go for his
Still
BKB
underneath
save,
ward,
but-
though. Oh, he runs back into the vision. SH there on top. Shui gonna get caught, torrented. Need a few more. They find the silence. Meanwhile, onto the Bane. So much vision all over the place.
ward,
BKB. And they'll get him. Another kill. And Roche not that long away from respawning.
It's so many uncontested wards across this whole map for both teams. We really got to get some gems out here or something, guys.
Yeah, that would make a huge difference. And if PuckChamp aren't careful, Empire, they're going to take this tower and come back right as Roche is respawning potentially if they check that area.
They need to be in there like the moment it spawns, and they could actually get it. If TSA gets there, like I feel like they won't have enough time since they don't own that outpost. They won't be able to actually get in position in time. I think I checked.
Six,
Oh, five,
five.
4, 3.
Oh, okay, Ori, go in. Go in. I mean, they're all up now. It's probably not going to happen. And Roche will respawn just a couple of seconds late.
Yeah, they'd have to be like all outside the pit basically for this to be a worth go, I think. Meanwhile, Young G
jumps, kisses afterwards, saving himself though. X afterwards.
TSA?
Now the charge comes through. Oh, this is big, this is big, this is big. Can they get him? Oh, Youngji gets the BKB off though.
Yo,
Doom
Malik.
onto the OD safe. There isn't a false promise anymore, but might still be able to live through this one on the OD. Now the turn, Lightless drops the ulti. Kralat is going to fall. Astral trying to kill off Lightless here, but a couple more punches might be all they need. The cookie still looking for those right clicks, the turnaround, but the grip was there, and now charging through, trying to kill them all. TSA able to find a couple, but I'm not sure if it's enough. Again, no buybacks on these heroes, except for the Spear Breaker. Oh, jump forward, Kralat. He's too big, he's too strong. Tries to get out of there, and might be able to with Ghost Stick running back in. Is there an opportunity? They still hang on to this outpost. Coyote's there, double round of the imprisonment. Oh god,
Banish
this
them all.
King is so hard to kill though. Trying to buy a little bit of extra time. The charge comes through. TSA saves the day. And with that, that's 5 dead on PuckChamp. Oh God, Empire,
Dude.
they want to run in and take it. And can they do it though? They don't have Luna for another 40. He's got to go back home.
Ghostic's sick. This guy's so good. He kites the Doom all the way to the secret shop, wins the 1v1, and then comes back into the engagement and just helps clean that up when things are looking a little bit dicey.
Dude, I forgot to change. Arcane Orb working on Roche now. Oh, that helps it so much. Damn.
Bam, bam.
That was a while ago. It is working, and Empire take a huge win in this game and completely blow up that lead they had.
He has so much soul mana. 368.
Jeez. And also picking up the shard. Who's the real carry? The offlaner. Ghostic, the veteran.
Seriously. I forgot about the little moving astrals. I haven't got to see that one in a while. How much?
Yeah.
They move 60% of their movement speed. Man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I did
That's a
not
good
know it was that
amount.
high. I thought it was like the opposite. That was like 30 or 40% movement speed. They're zooming in those things. Little escape pods.
It's the way to be. Got to do it. TSA pushing out this top lane. But with this Aegis shard, a very strong timing. The only downside, and the thing that actually hurts Empire, I think, a good bit, is that it's on the Kunkka. That might be a bit of an issue.
Yeah, you're kind of hoping for your tower hitter to have it, obviously. And, well, he's going to help use that and give a little bit more help to his Luna. Have that
Yeah.
Lotus Orb to help protect her if she goes in up front. And obviously, you're just, playing versus the Doom, playing versus the Storm. It's nice to have a Dispel available for everyone. Although Storm was working towards the eggs, now going towards an Orchid himself, so he'll be very disappointed to see that. Youngji
Yeah.
just can't figure out his items this game.
It's a really tough one for him. There's a lot of things they need to deal with. But we'll see how it goes. TSA charges through, kills the whole wave. They spot the Storm on the other side of the river. So much of the success of that last fight for Empire was by virtue of the vision that they had, and PuckChamp not wanting to take a fight in those bad conditions again.
Yeah, really able to actually abuse the chase distance and the speed that a Spirit Breaker has. Yeah, something that some games you just don't get the full use out of it. It's like Disruptor, right? You need the actual vision to make it work. But once again, the ward's coming through.
Oh, they
Look,
saw
they're
this
just
sentry
sitting
too.
under
They're
this ward, dude.
underneath one. Oh, the Nightmare's there.
He
The jump
just
forward.
wants
And Colette gets him. Oh my God, is this really gonna happen like this? The Bane dead too, though. No buyback for either of those safe heroes. OD caught on. Can he get out of here in time, though? No, he's doomed. He's dead. No buyback for him either. They need to kill off the rest of these heroes. They take down Malik. Krallat left alone, and Young G, thinking about going back in, decides finally to jump. SH in trouble. Going to drop down low. That's only the Aegis, though. Can they kill off Lightless? They will. So that's everybody except for the 2 dead. TSA will also be brought down. SH in some trouble trying to get out with the BKB. Has the Lotus Orb afterwards. And that's going to end the assault. But man, just the devastation of these wards.
Yep, that's straight up just a ward. That whole thing's a ward because number one, they're trying to find a fight because they had Arcane Rune on Storm, and you gave them the fight because of that vision. And the best possible target just sitting underneath of it to get two-shot by a Wraith
Oh
King.
my God, SA shot like this. Dude, they lost. They actually lost. Empire, what have you done? Oh my God. PuckChamp, they're going to take this whole set of racks. And with 70 seconds on the sideline, that's a tier 3 tower afterwards to the easiest Yule Scepter of his life.
Radiant's bottom tower.
You made me buy this. This is your fault.
Radiant's bottom
Oh my God. Melee racks down, and PuckChamp blow open the lead again.
All right, well, they have a Luna, and they have weird plays because they have an OD. So, they, thanks to this tier 2, they'll still get their one more shot. And Luna, of course, someone who can definitely run it down mid very successfully. Not
True.
going to be easy, but it is possible.
What a wild game. And the winner here, Astral, picking up that gem.
Yeah. I heard it, and I was like, yeah, and guess what? Look at Kaori.
Yeah.
Gem. Yeah, we're double gemming. Everyone knows.
This is what needs to happen. So a good ward over to the side here for PuckChamp. And you can see Empire skirting the edges of the trees. The TP coming in from Lightless. And Quillat blinked in. Lightless still alive. Charge comes through, hits onto one. Quillat, another round of the banishment there. Ducalis looking for an opening. Ooh, he's right under vision though. Push back the catch, it's there. A couple more punches is all I need, they get him. Ghost Stick wants more, but won't find it.
I tell you, the more these fights just play out like this, where random people are dying and everything, the more I actually just think that wards were the main reason for this game.
Yeah.
Which I think is generally very hard to just point at and be like, oh, this is why. Where'd that gem go? How did he just walk by that ward? That ward just
Kunkka
lived.
has it.
Oh, they passed it off. All right, well, they get to keep some sweet vision down. That's a little bit unfortunate. But, yeah, usually maybe you can go back to the replay and be like, oh, okay, they saw this. But, like, several times this game from both teams, I feel like the fives need to look at their warding plan and, like, how much they want to spend on sentries and everything and just be like, yo, you got to cover this better, man. This is kind of on you.
It's crazy.
I'm always down to blame the core players, but, like, come on, man. That, like, the number of just, like, blatant, obvious, normal ward spots that they just didn't recheck was pretty bad.
Well, and it's so interesting because that's like, you know, all of the gameplay within the context of that vision has been insane. But it's just like when you start the fight by either the Bane or the Oracle dying, like you're going to win that fight. And yet again, it's got each other. Jump forward. They got vision in this area for the Dire. TSA pops the BKB because he has that item. And then they run away. Too strong.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, Snap, I know, has been farming away as well, right? Has the Blink, has the Yules, has the Gem. Not opting for any of those big items, though, unfortunately. He's definitely hoping for the Aghanims, you know? Speaking of big items, the Refresher soon up here for our Doom. Not very far away from that. That can be the real game ender. Do you have the Lincolns to watch out for, though, on Ghost Stick?
Alec jumps forward, wants to find him.
Oh,
TSA
he didn't know.
ran through
He did
all.
not know. He doomed the
Lightless in
Lincolns.
trouble. And now this fight has not gone so well for PuckChamp. Krot jumps forward, wants to kill off Ghost Stick, saves himself, runs away in the Astral. Lightless still trying to punch away, pops the BKB, pops the Satanic, turns to fight. Astral dead, Krallat in trouble as well, and eventually going to fall. Ducalis up on the high ground. Nightmare tries to break it, has another grip available, but Krallat is going to TP out. Oh, sneaky, sneaky spot. Do they break it? Not going to be able to get him in time.
Well, that's definitely a fight where you wanted some vision. Tough for the Doom players, you know?
Yeah.
Getting caught out by that. And great Lincoln's purchase, obviously.
All right. Well,
They left their gem there under a Radiant Warp, but they didn't see it yet. Just
Oh,
chilling
yeah.
near the river.
Good call. They also did manage to get down some anti-vision as well. So good play by PuckChamp in that one to stop the ward danger as it came through.
Secret Agent Courier is going to get it, dude. It's going for that gem. This is like the best feeling when you're playing support and you manage to save this thing.
Yeah.
Oh, this would have been such a good thing to take away. This gem's relatively new. Zooming. See ya.
Yeah. Now they see
And
the
they
courier
just
run
saw
off.
it. Yeah. Oh, oof.
That hurts.
Thumbs up indeed. Oh, I can't even see their sprays because I have them muted. Just saw it on the production.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Unmuted. There you go. Oh, yeah, I have them right-click ignored. Yeah, the mute thing's away from the scoreboard. I also noticed that. I had to right-click ignore them, which felt much harsher than just clicking the little mute thing.
Right. It's not just that you're gonna like, you know, do it for this, but it's like I don't even want
Yeah.
to interact in any way with this person.
Yeah, what about when Ducalis wants to invite me to his party to, you know, talk strats? Or, you know,
I don't think
Malik
you gotta
wants
worry
to-
about that, Trent.
You don't think so? I'm not getting the call up?
Maybe there's a chance, actually. I shouldn't say that. Who knows? Time
Nah.
will tell.
It's all right.
PuckChamp smoking in. Slightly better vision for Empire in this one. Krallat, Invis. They spot him, the Trickster Cloak, but they see that Wraith King. TSA goes Invis. And that is going to break the smoke and set themselves up for a decent position. So both teams have vision in this area.
This game is so ridiculous.
It's kind of crazy. Oh, wait, Lightless,
fights-
don't go for that camp.
The fights feel like so decided. Where's this Lincolns, all right? I feel like that's what I'm watching for, is how Ghostic plays the Lincolns, right?
Lotus there, jump forward, finds the Oracle. Good hit, they got the save, out and away. Meanwhile, Lincoln's still available. Are they going to be able to break it onto this OD? The jump forward, get the Doom on him. Meanwhile, TSA making some mischief in the back line. So they take down Malik and gonna just wait out this Doom.
Yeah.
Oh, and now the stun on himself. TSA gets ran through yet again. Turned out Lightless tries to go with the Eclipse. Is it gonna be enough damage? Yes, it will. Empire get
There's
a
still false
huge win
promise.
here. This is a huge problem to jump in from downtown. Yogi, he didn't have enough mana. Oh, he's completely out of mana in the midst of all of this. Ghost Stick, meantime, getting brought down low by Astral, but it won't be enough.
Oh,
Does manage to
Spider-Legs!
get away.
That was nice.
But in the end, a huge win for Empire again.
All right, so they panicked really hard trying to doom the OD, and they were so focused on that like everyone's just falling around them. That's what it looked like to me. They're like jumping. Someone did pop the Lincolns. I think it might have been Storm with the Yules. I'm not sure.
Right.
Because when he came back, when the OD revealed himself again, the Lincolns was popped and he got doomed on. But at that point, they'd actually sunk themselves so deep into the engagement, and the rest of PuckChamp just wasn't there.
Right. Well, and Young G, who's been so good, I feel like, in a lot of ways in this game and making those like pickoffs that they needed happen. He came back in for that second round of the zip. There just wasn't quite enough mana there to get it done.
Yeah.
And
And
now-
did he get orchided on the? I'm not sure what happened to the. Oh, he just got pulled on the Oracle, huh? Because he had the flicker and he just got out on Oracle. Because they still didn't. He didn't opt for the orchid in the end of the storm, right? He just went
Yeah.
back for the egg. So. Damn. Well done.
Wait for Roche. It's a refresher. I wonder who you give this to.
I guess Ghost Stick. Although it's kind of awkward for everyone, honestly. Double BKB.
What do you think about Oracle?
Seems unnecessary. I think he's too vulnerable.
Okay. All
A
right.
little bit too risky. I like the OD, not even so much for the ulti, but just like instantly refreshing the charges too.
Yeah.
But I mean, Luna can make so much use of it, right? Double ulti, double satanic, double BKB.
Yeah, that's fair.
Completely a good use.
Love the PuckChamp lines as well. TSA, as he's gotten so much space, level 24 on the Spirit Breaker, and also has the Aghanim Scepter done. This is a very strong Spirit Breaker, and in spite of calling it earlier for PuckChamp, Empire have definitely pulled this game back and look amazing so far in the series. It's been really solid by them.
Oops. I'm trying to unignore them, and I'm adding them as friends. I hope they accept. I'm missing out on the memes. I noticed they're a lot quieter when they're losing, so now I can unignore them. This is fine.
I don't think that's an accident, Trent.
Thanks, Empire. Helping me out here.
Aegis still there for Luna. Jump forward. They use the grip on it. Saved immediately. Now the turn. Pull back. Young G. Is it going to be enough? They have another save from the OD. Lightless turns to keep this fight going. TSA Rage charge through all of them. Actually gets Young G, and there's the
nice
second round of the
charge.
charge. Good Yules afterwards, though. Lightless still living. The Doom is there on the OD, and they're going to bring him down. Gets killed off. Kralat living on nothing. Oh, that armlet toggle was sick, but still ends up falling in the end.
OD's
TSA
trying to get
making
back.
some more space. Can they get in there in time? The buyback from both of the other cores, and now PuckChamp have to leave. With both those cores coming back in, they got to cut their losses. They lose Malik for 100 seconds, but
Ooh,
still,
he-
big win.
Yeah, if they have a timer too, he still has 4 minutes of no buyback on this Doom as well. So they can actually pressure really hard here.
Refresher. Lightless has it. Kunkka still hanging on to that cheese.
Dire's bottom tower
Oh, and good job over here. Taking down that ward. Kaori won't let them find him. But
Much better fight, I think, that time from PuckChamp too, though. Like actually getting the Doom onto the OD without as much of a risk too. Felt much better. Smoke in the backlines here too. If they just send in the Luna.
yeah, this backdoor protection's about to come back up again, though. And there is another creep wave that's coming. It's a little ways away. Backdoor protection back up. Storm wanted to catch it. Misses. They find the Bane. Oh, drop the ulti. Hammered down from Ghosted. Kralat in some trouble. Cooking away, but the X pulls him back in. The push from the Nether Strike and a couple more punches is all they need. They take him down once. Can they do it again? Another save there on to the Kunkka. Charge through, hits onto the other. Ghostic continues the pressure. They're going to get a Torrent a little bit off the mark.
Objective
And
gamers.
Empire, go hit buildings. They will get this melee racks and
Go
try
mid,
to make the
30
move
seconds?
towards mid. Meteor Hammer comes down. 20 seconds until this Doom is back up again.
Remember, this is just equalizing the racks, by the way, guys.
Oh,
been a bit of a wild game. The creeps are all dead. Lift's going to end. They'll have enough time to get the tower, and I think the racks too.
Yeah, Luna takes it pretty quickly. The big zip in, just to try and get some extra damage there onto the heroes, I guess, from Youngji. But yeah, they get the racks.
What?
Huge.
What is Lightless doing? Oh, he got his MKB delivered. I was like, oh, I see. He's got his refresher in now too. He's ready for a fight. He's just waddling his way out of there in this Luna. 325 move speed of death.
The Lunar Blessing damage too. So just more into that right click, hitting for what, 400 a hit now? Over 400 on Luna.
She throws a lot of hits out too, you know.
You're not wrong. Jeez. All right, so racks equalized. 47 minutes in, it's 11,000 gold lead for Empire. It feels like they're just scaling harder, but I kind of wonder if the tables turn at all when Malik gets this refresher done.
Oh, yeah.
Granted, he's still a ways away, but it could be devastating.
That's got to be what you play for, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
Hit some big, some Doom plays here. Now, remember, we do have the Blink on the Oracle all set up there. We don't have another Lincolns yet, though, right? Still just the single, so
yeah.
I think that's a pretty big deal. Oh, they put the refresher on the OD. That's the play, dude. The double Lincolns as well.
Ooh. Oh, my God. If they get that, that would be insane. All right,
biggest brain of all time. I mean, Lightless just straight up doesn't have the inventory at this point. He doesn't want to mess with it in the middle of the fight, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And his damage with this leveler is unreal.
It's so
he
much.
attacks so fast.
And a DD now, too. I don't know. Yeah, I think at this point you'd be kind of tempted. Do I just, like, take a DD and try and run up top? I feel like that's how you lose the game, but at the same time, there's part of me that feels like that'd be really freaking good. Daedalus, MKB.
Oh, they're committed. There's the refresher.
All right. They're pushing up top. They're thinking about going with this DD up top. I don't know. It's a bold move, and I'm not sure if PuckChamp are going to be expecting this. They might think that this is just Spirit Breaker. This is actually huge. If this smoke works and they take the racks in time.
I mean, they're running through. They're trying to find them right now. They're on the hunt. Oh, they're just going for the megas.
Yeah, I think this is going to work.
Oh, shit. It's going to work, dude. Oh.
Yeah. I think she takes it too quickly. They're not going to get back in time. PuckChamp want to take this fight, and they're just hitting away at it. Creeps break back door, and they got it. What a huge brain play with the DD rune. They're not going to be able to get back in time.
The Yule?
Astral just dying. Oh, but the fight's starting off now. On the other side of it, they get Mega Creeps. Can they get out afterwards? Do they even need to? Can they stay? Young Chi tried to jump on top of Ghost Stick and find that kill. The buyback comes from the Oracle. Wants to get back into the fray now. Charged through by TSA.
Second
Malik
Doom.
pops the refresher. Wants to run back in for another round of Doom. But Lightless got the Satanic off. Gonna turn on all of them and just destroy them. PuckChamp falling down now. A triple kill for Lightless. Everybody else has got to run. Young Chi wants to find the big stun. Will it be enough? Can they find the kill? I don't think so. They got the false promise. The turn now onto Kralat. He too will die. Young Chi, the only one that's going to find his way out of here, but I don't even know if he's going that far. As they right-click him down dead, Empire hit the huge victory with the big brain wraparound.
Man, poor Malik's over here like playing the trombone or something. He's just like slamming fingers and buttons everywhere. He's fade grading off Lincoln Sphere, refreshing, trying to get off both Dooms. But that's a hard fight. And what a way to set that up, right? Just coming in with the DD, forcing the fight. They were at the absolute worst distance as a PuckChamp, right? Because, like, you're too far to TP, but you also have, like, this good angle, so you're just, like, running, trying to start this fight, and it was too late.
Yeah. Well, and Empire had all the time in the world to set up and prepare for what they were going to do, as the boat's going to come out, but it looks like Empire are going to take this one. Eyes on the prize. They focus down these buildings. Lightless turns on to Kralat, but GG is called. Game number 1, going their way.
Oh, the expectations for PuckChamp, they were so high. I really thought that they were going to kind of crush this one, honestly. And Empire getting some actual steam going, because obviously they've had a very rough start to this DPC, and it is just game 1 of the series, yes, but they really needed this win, especially against a team like this. This is something where, you know, much like Team Spirit turned things around in the group stage at TI and went forward to be so successful after being 0-4 and then win the whole event. This is what Empire need. They got to channel that team spirit energy and just like charge through the rest of this, and maybe we'll see them at the major. Who knows?
Maybe it will happen.
Or they'll just get 0-2'd in the next 2 games, like we'd expect.
There's a possibility. We'll see what ends up happening, though. And, of course, we're going to let the panel break down all that action. But first, we're going to head to a quick break. We'll see y'all afterwards.